Okay, so good body. Welcome to the video diary for the Culture Proof. And today for this video diary, I want to devote it to something in the news. A home suburb just on the other side of Toronto called Mississauga. I originally came to Canada and I lived in London, Ontario, like some Hollywood stars. And then I moved to Mississauga, which is, a suburb of Toronto. And now I am on the other side of Toronto in Scarborough, where it's more hip hop because for whatever the heck it's known for. A melting pot. Not. Scarborough's not known for a melting pot. Anyways, today's topic is Twin Pines mobile home in my old section of town, Mississauga. And given the choice, what should you do? All right. So I just cut to the chase and now fill in the details. If I were you, I stay. I would. What are they offering you for your mobile home? Up around 31,000, maybe as low as 11,000. But I would stay after that. Okay, and I'll tell you why it's such a sweet deal, and it is very unique in Canada, Twin Pines. That what they're gonna do. Okay, and I swear to God, if you sell out and you leave, you will never again in your whole life find anything like this ever again. Because especially in Canada, because it's very unusual for Canada. So I swear to God, you will really be kicking yourself. And it really is a real estate deal between you guys, the mobile park homeowners, and the city of Mississauga, the region of Peel. And I think for the most part, they've never let you down, and you've had a good working relationship with them. Okay, so, but what's coming down the pipeline is totally new, and I read the presentation, and it's okay. So having said that, if it was my mobile home, I would sell it. I would take the cash from the city, but then I would stay in what the city is offering. All right, and what they're offering is a private co-op, and it's like, is this a government co-op, like a subsidized housing? No, it's private co-op. It's like, whoa, what's a private co-op? Why is it so special? A private co-op is like, you know what? When I buy this condo, it's not condo, it's a private co-op. When I buy this condo, I only own this unit, something like that. And the building, especially the hallway and the shell and everything, I don't know, it's owned by like the management company. Like I don't really know, right? But when you buy a co-op, a private one, right? You actually own the hallway, you own the shell. Say there's 200 units or 200 people, you own, there's like 200, the whole building, the hallway divided by 200. It's like, doesn't that cost more? Surprisingly, it costs a lot less. So, if you want to buy a private co-op, say in Manhattan, you have to, like, you know what they do? You have to go to like all sorts of board interviews. You have to interview with like the building's board of directors, like, tenant association. You have to look good. You have to have a good credit score. You have to have a good job. You have to look decent, because the price of a private co-op unit is like maybe half of, like, say a condo building next door. It might be half the price of a condo building next door. but you have to go through all these hoops. You have to jump through all these hoops. It's really like the community you had right now. You have right now, and then they move it to a building. So instead of a mobile park with your community, they build like a brick and mortar building, and you move the whole thing there. And it's a private co-op. So it's really good. And a private co-op, if you sell it on the market, it's only half the price of a condo. And yet, it looks incredible because it's sort of like everybody owns the whole building. And it's like at a fraction of the price. But to get in, it's almost like trying to invest in Uber. It's not like investing in the stock market. It's more like investing in a private company like Uber. Like, yeah, oh my God, please let me in. Please let me in. It's kind of like that. You know? Like a condo, anybody can buy on the open market like a stock, right? Buy it. You got money, buy it. But like a private co-op, it's kind of like trying to invest in Uber. Oh, please, God, please let me in. Please. Kind of like that. It's incredible. But it's not like Uber, like all crazy people protesting and stuff. But I'm just saying, it's like private. It's like, oh, please let me in. Please let me in. Right? And then you can pick and choose who you want to sell it to. Kind of like that. Because it's going to be like the nicest unit in the whole town, and it's only at a fraction of the price. Because I'll tell you something. And so like, how do they get away with this? How do they get away with this? Because you're buying the entire building. You're actually buying the entire building. So you become like you're sitting on the board of directors of the entire building. And if you run out of cash, like part of that building will sink, like a company. So you have to choose very carefully who you let in the future. But what the city of Mississauga, region of Peel, is saying is, you people already living in that mobile park, like you can take the cash and leave and go to like a condo, or you can choose to like stay. You got first dibs, right? And all of you, like, if that community is as tight as you guys have grown, create your reputation is that community is very tight, and it's really it's that's why they're going with this, because you guys are a really tight knit community. Because if you let like somebody with like bad credit or like bad job history and stuff, and they can't pay, they own a fraction of the entire building. So it's like you can only let like really solid people in, and they're doing this because they're replacing your really tightly knit community with something that's very equivalent. It's like it has some marketability. Like people on the open market can buy in after they interview, after they qualify, because the units are going to be incredibly beautiful and extremely low price, right? And except they're taking advantage of the fact that you guys have already created this really tight-knit community. And only would you let somebody you really trust, just by like from interviews and stuff, like almost like a job application, have a part of the co-op. That was the whole thing I was saying. Unlike a condo, if I lose my job, I get evicted, nobody cares. I'm just gone. But the co-op is like you own the whole building. along with the other people. So I would stay if I were you. So what's happening with this development is like it used to be a mobile home park, and so the people who owned the land was gonna sell it, and so the people living on the land made a deal with the city, and together they bought that land, and now the lease has run out, so the city has decided to sort of like turn the mobile park concept into a private co-op concept. So what's happening is like they'll buy out your mobile home and then give you first dibs on this new private co-op. So it's a private co-op basically, not a government co-op, not like a welfare co-op, you know, where you gotta cut the grass for like whatever. But private co-op like in Manhattan. So you ever want to see an example of private co-op? You hear about it, people talking like in New York City all the time. Oh, I got into a co-op. I got into a beautiful co-op. That's the same idea, and it's because you guys are already a tight-knit community. So that's my advice for Twin Pines Mobile Park in Mississauga. Google it. I got into this beautiful co-op. You'll say.